Hello, welcome back to Valhalla. Let's dive right back into it so we can finish out this day strong, earn our 10 grand, and move on with our day. We're one step closer to apparently a Kiramiki concert, and 2 steps closer to the dreaded New Year's Eve party, which I'm sure will be fun? A good time? It's a party. Whatever. I don't know how those things work, so without further ado, let's get into it. Note to self, buy oil for that door. What door? Which one? The back door? The front door? The side doors? This is my only knowledge of how the world is my straight shot from the bar. I have no context of where things are other than that. I think the door's over here, and the back door maybe is behind me, or Gil's behind me, and the bar like loops around. I don't know, I need a 3D map of this place to really get into it, but we don't have time to learn the entire layout. We gotta find a TV channel. We'll do that one again. Sure, why not? Alright, note to self, buy oil for that door. I'm excited. I'm wondering who is gonna stop in this time. Oh, well, the jukebox is stopping in. I like my playlist. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. Alright then. Oh, hey. Gil, how you doing, bud? How's it going? You doing good? Is this a staring contest? I hope not. Gil, you're in my spot. Please. Oh. Sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets? Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Oh, Stella's back. Hey, cool. Today's already looking up. Greetings. Oh, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. Bleeding Jane for Stella. Easy. I think all of these are just going to be easy street from now on, right? $200. Thank you, Stella. Thank you. You know that my main thing right now is I need money, and I feel like you understand that completely. Because without your patronage, I would be suffering right now. Bleeding Jane. There you are. Here you go. Thank you. What brings you here today? Waiting for Sai? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped in to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come back here. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil's the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning stuff, he's a nice pick. Really? Cleaning staff. That makes more sense. He just supplies everyone with bleach. He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Jill? Have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? How is it a gold rush? Gold is a monetary thing that has a arbitrary amount associated to it by humans. The suits of armor, I'm betting, are more plentiful than gold, most likely. So I doubt it's going to be comparable, unless people are killing each other over them and moving their entire family out to the west and slowly starving to death in some kind of Oregon Trail kind of expedition. Terror. Yeah, if they're doing that for the armor, then that, by all means. Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events of the bank... After the events of the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went out. And White Knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So, between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible for them. It can't be that much of a secret, right? Like, we're not talking about, like, high-end tech armor. If it shuts down manually and Spartan locks you into place, I don't think it's worth that much. But yeah, sure, I'll bite. I'll bite on this story arc. Let's go. White Knight armor worth a lot. Reverse engineering it, other companies are coming in. It's a whole thing. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch high prices these days. Oh, of course, yeah. It's just lying in the street. Why wouldn't it be, super expensive? Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify the expenses? It's new tech. A whole new field ripe with patents just opened up for many. So I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case, though. Please give me a weird case, because I'm not gonna lie, Stella, this is probably one of the most boring things you've ever brought up in here. So please, give me something to work with. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor were heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes. Hen what? Hens? Chicken warriors? No. They looked really gaudy. Oh. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. Me? I never put on a front. I am always myself. Unapologetically so. Jill is kind of the same. A little. True. This is all very interesting. Wait. Here's a freebie. A fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corp has its limits, huh? Yeah, killing innocent people. That's where they draw the line. People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords. They're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way, or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just the front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp chose. He makes a fool of himself, and then the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So, what you were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park. Yeah, that's what I got from that, Jill. It's basically just a huge fun time. People being lynched in the streets, bombs going off, bullets everywhere, people are pulling out because it's no longer profitable to sell booze in the city. Yeah, that sounds like a very, very theme park aesthetic. Basically Disney World. I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. I cannot stress enough. just how, like, Jill is embodying me currently during this conversation. I do not care about this. This is like when someone starts talking about Bitcoin, I just lose all interest. I'm like, oh, you can sell stuff for money? Oh. Neat. No, seriously, hen what? Can I get a Brandtini here, please? Sure. Let's give her a Brandtini. Yeah, Brandtini. Something to cut the edge off. You know, Brandtini. You want a big Brandtini? That's $250, so I'll make you these all night long. And... How did you... No, stop. I always grab that one on by accident. I'm not really sure how I keep doing it, except for my fingers have gotten lazy over the time. All aged and mixed. Boink, boink. Brandtini. I've done it again. I wonder... I don't have to do anything special, right? I'm just trying to make money. No one's really jazzed it up with anything special, so just gonna hope the price stays above $200 for basically everything, and I'll be good. Boink. Here. Thanks. So, I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kira Miki encore concert. Nice. I also did. You want to go? Me, you, and Sai? Triple date? Hell yeah. Let's do it. Oh, right. As it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name, though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so the rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true. Amazing. I know. She even got me a ticket for the concert. She what? I had to twist some arms to get tickets for the encore concert. And not only did you get them for free, the idol herself gave them to you? Do you have any idea how jealous I am right now? It'll be interesting. You're going to enjoy the hell out of it. Trust me. This will be my first live concert of her, but I've seen every other concert of hers on video. They all have such a magical aura to them. Everyone says that they have to be seen to be believed. You really like her music, huh? This is like Cyborg Beyonce. Just everyone loses their mind. That's what I'm imagining. Makes me happy. What can I say? I love listening to it when I'm feeling down. Hell, it even helped me when I was worried sick about Sai at the bank. Made me forget all my worries. If only for a while. Huh, I see. Say, Jill, you want to come to the concert with us? Yes! Yes, I do. Hell yeah. Jill, you better say yes. You better do that. If we could tag along. Perfect. Perfect. It'll be fun. You might even get better seats. You get the ticket in, and then you go, I'm going to sit with my friends. And then you just, like, kind of meander around till you find another empty seat, like, closer. Seat numbers in concerts don't matter. Everyone just flubs that anyway. Us? I invited Sai because I managed to get 2 tickets. You want to come with us both? I'd love to. I didn't want to go by myself, but... Are you okay with that? I don't want to be a burden. Of course. The more the merrier. Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised about how easy I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. Are we gonna get to see that disguise? Because that'd be awesome, actually. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Sai and her wounds. Although, she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. Something classic? You got it. By type, classic drinks. Classic. What is, well, I mean, a classic drink. So, beer? Beer's 200. I feel like I can just get her another Bleeding Jane, though. That's also 200. Can you make her the same thing? Twice? You know what? I'm just gonna give her another Bleeding Jane. Why not? It's classic. I have no idea if she actually wants something else. I have no idea if this is all important, but another Bleeding Jane, a quick and easy 200. It'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen? Bleeding Jane. Just something classic, right? Yep. I don't know why I'm overthinking this. It's probably easy. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? Do you have any slaves? That was a hell of an opening question. I do. But they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. Oh, okay, good. It's much better than what I was thinking. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend to the plants. Man, that does sound nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Well, I'm about to lose my job here very soon, so thank you for that. I might take you up on that. I could be a gardener for a while. Why not? Whatever. The next Valhalla game is just you gardening. Cyberpunk gardening adventure. Thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but... That would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu has been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patent anything. The patent would be in the database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention, they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside of those suits. Ah, so they're just illegal death suits. Got it. And you want to defend Zaibatsu Corp. Why again? I don't know. I'm trying to follow this, but I zoned out. I really checked out once they were like, oh, we're selling scrap pieces of armor to backwards compatible, like deconstruct it, make our own. It's like, it's tech. Tech doesn't work that way. No one fucking cracks open an iPhone and they're like, I'm gonna reverse engineer this iPhone. It's gonna be glorious. Once I build my own iPhone, then I'll have the power of an iPhone. It's like, why? Why would you? Yeah, they already exist, and what are you gonna do? Compete with them? I guess I just don't understand. It's probably it. It's probably my lack of understanding. Not that this is just stupid and ridiculous. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are all by means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? Exactly. When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All the power makes you think you're above every law there is. And the city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've done all things we're not proud of at some point of our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Have you ever done anything, shady with your money? She's like, well, I've had 2 Bleeding Janes. Time to hit the old dusty trail. Alright, please come again. Am I getting another person? Oh, Alma, hey yeah. No, hello. You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy. Something I will fight to uphold. First, the greetings stop. Then saying please and thanks stops. And before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. I'm not. In fact, I'll go through the door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Alright. Fine. Alma, you coming back? You. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping on my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. How long is it gonna go on the Raven? Gee, I get it. You could have said 2 lines for me, and everyone in the world's gonna go, "That's Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven." A classic. Beautifully written. Not really a lesson to be learned by it, though.
You overdid it. You totally overdid it.
Both the bartender. I did not.
So, you like poetry?
That's basically a novel. But yeah, I guess it qualifies as poetry to some degree. I had a face. Can I get you something?
Let's start with a big cobalt velvet.
Sure. A big cobalt velvet. You got it. Excellent. I'm so glad I had someone else come back in because I was really worried. But with a big cobalt velvet that's probably the same price as a normal cobalt velvet, we should be able to crack this in no time. What is that, 6 of these? And 10 Karmatrine then? Just fill it up. Boink. On the rocks and mixed. You got it. Is that right? Cobalt velvet. Big. Big? Big. That looks big. That's right. Right? Sure. I can definitely count and read. 2 things I am very, very subpar at. On most days. I have dyslexia. It's hard for me sometimes. Sometimes numbers flip around. Words will switch. They'll flip upside down. It's a whole thing. Alright. Let's do it. A boink. Here.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, there's something I've been wondering for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells?
The what now? The who? What do you... No? Sounds like somebody's gamer tag that they would rather forget from, like, 2005.
Well, you went pale.
No. That name doesn't ring any bells. Oh no, Jill. Oh no. Is it yours? Is it your gamer tag? The Shadowmaster 69 Chronicles.
May 22nd. Today, my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change, thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon, I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later, entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on, why the essay was wrong. Jill?
I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. Oh no, it was Jill. Of course it was. Why wouldn't it be?
I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived.
Why? Why?
Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad.
What do you mean it's not that bad? Do you realize how embarrassing it all is?
We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays.
That would have been embarrassing.
You're not still like that, though. Right?
Gods no, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... Ugh.
I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black, with a rare accessory popping out, thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself.
So, you have a pick. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig up the sins of my past?
I was bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity.
Please, don't run background checks like that.
I just need a search engine, you know. I didn't request documents or anything.
What led you to the page?
You do realize that your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right?
Oh no.
Like I said, relax. You're obsessed with occultism. You're obsessed with cultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me to this day. Never underestimate the length of old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if you think they're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not proud of as adults.
Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them.
I have to ask though, why the 69?
It's supposed to be like 6'9", not 69. Like in reference to both The Lovers and The Hermit. Oh. Tarot cards. Yeah, that's where someone's brain's gonna go. They're not gonna go. Nice.
I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9".
I was 12 at the time.
Even at 12, I fucking knew what 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then?
You have no idea.
Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush.
Sure. Anything to get away from that conversation. A sugar rush, you got it. Only 150. Kind of skimping out towards the end, but you know what? Optional Karmatron means we can pump it up a little bit. All mixed. Easy to do. Boink. Here. This is the thing. Say, Oma, speaking of past, what was your last long-term relationship like?
That's sudden.
You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours.
Fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I'd describe as such, that I'd introduced to my family and all. First one was in high school, broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and, me just saying, keep the fucker. Second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it would be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it... Anyways, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And there's Richard.
Who?
I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well, and I had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family.
He didn't?
Moreover...
There it is again. How many times? Is that the 4th or 5th time, 3rd, 20th time that we've seen moreover used? It's really funny to me.
He wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he changed his mind. But as much as I loved him, the one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you?
Sure. Let's get a beer. Sure. A beer. Let's do it. You think I would have this one memorized by now, but I'm going to let you know a little secret. I am never going to memorize anything from this drink list. At all. Ever. The fact that I have to mix a beer to make a beer is still very depressing for me. Thanks for telling me that, by the way.
Don't mention it.
Okay, one more question and we're even.
Wow, you are really embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away.
At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Does she have implants? Is that canonical? Is that a real thing?
Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now, ask a real question before I slap you.
I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as a compensation then. I'll gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped?
Chopped? Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh.
The other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like a computer cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud.
How did your family take the operation?
They took it well. Enough. Except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands.
Don't you miss them?
Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident in the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get natural replacements. A bit of cosmetic treatment, and it could pass off for her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine.
And you didn't tell your mom about that?
I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So, are we cool now? Are we even now?
Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. Sounded a lot less rude in my head.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once.
Now you don't.
Why?
You just called me by my full name.
Are you serious?
One chance and only one chance. You just used it up.
Damn it. Surprise.
Oh, it's you! Good, Anna. I was wondering when you... Is everyone just stopping by for this episode? Excellent.
Hey, Alma? This might be a weird tangent, but,
do you believe in ghosts?
Hey. Not particularly, no. Although, there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in the body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still, an interesting read, though.
I see.
Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you've convinced yourself that you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
All done?
I am. What about you, Gil? Are you okay, bud? Something horrible happened to you. And it wasn't during the shift, or else I would have noticed it. For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems.
You think? It might have been while he was out?
True. Hey, boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so...
That I am. Yeah, why?
I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake?
Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome?
8th grade what?
When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in the ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but...
No, seriously, 8th grade what?
But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, and just so happens to use a fight as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater.
That's how I see it, and that's how everyone should see it. Professional wrestling is just theater. It's fun. Just watch it. Don't go, I bet this fight's fake. It's like, of course it is, but that person that jumped down from 30 feet and landed on concrete can't fake gravity. They're trained. It's also ridiculous, and it's just a good time.
Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not fake at all.
Huh. I didn't think about it that way.
Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now, I have to go and break Gil's back. To make you humble.
Oh, well, wait, what?
Come here, fuckboy.
Fuck. Oh, she's just gonna fuck up Gil? Gil didn't even do anything. Come on.
8th grade what?
Your pigtails, Jill. 0 mistakes. Hell yeah, 30. Whoa, what? $3,000? Oh, we are rolling. We're rolling in dough. I'm not even worried anymore. That day was long, but super worth it. $3,097. Beautiful, beautiful. Who would have thought you get a bona fide idol in the bar? Yep, well, Kiramiki came to give me what I rightfully deserved, concert tickets. And for that, the concert, and the holiday party, and our inevitability of not getting evicted unless Jill wants something that's over $3,000, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. Later.